Welcome everybody to another Destiny 2 build video. Today I actually have something a bit different for you guys. I normally like to make build videos on the fun, creative, cool builds instead of the most meta in-game type builds, which is what this build is I have for you today. This is going to be the absolute best Titan build that has carried me through everything Lightfall has to offer. I used it in the day one raid, used it in legendary campaign, I used it in all these lost sectors, which the gameplay you're seeing right now is me 20 light under in the bunker E15 legendary lost sector. This build absolutely destroys everything and you are practically unkillable just based off the sheer amount of times you can proc devour, as well as the amount of overshields you can create for yourself. It entirely focuses on ability spam as well as volatile round spam. This build is perfect for anyone trying to go into anything in game, or for any kind of new players that has the stuff I'm going to mention that needs kind of help boosting their gameplay. Just use this build and you will be a-okay. Now let's get into the exact loadout and everything you're going to need to run this effectively. All right, to start things off, we're obviously going to be on Sentinel Titan. For super, I recommend Warded Dawn. For abilities, I recommend Towering Barricade, Shield Throw, and either using Vortex Grenade or Scatter Grenade, whatever you prefer here. For aspects, you want Bastion and Controlled Demolition. For fragments, you're going to want Echo of Starvation, Echo of Undermining, and Echo of Remnants. In terms of weapons, I normally am a bit more lenient and kind of let people choose what weapons they want to run with builds. But since this is a end game build, I have to recommend the best of the best weapons. And in the kinetic slot, that's going to be Arbalist, Izanagi's, or With a Horde, whatever you prefer here. In the energy slot, you just need a void weapon. I highly recommend the Unforgiven because it is a void SMG that can roll a demolitionist just to help us get our grenades back even faster. And then in the power slot, you can use really whatever you want. Rockets are really good. Eager Edge is very fun, but I've been kind of rolling with new grenade launchers just because they have gotten a buff and they have been honestly a lot of fun for me. In terms of exotic armor, who would have guessed, we are also going to be using Heart of Inmost Light. I know it did just get nerfed, but honestly, it's still extremely busted and arguably still the best Titan exotic in the game. In terms of artifact mods, you're going to want Volatile Flow, Shatter Orbs, Bricks from Beyond, and Void Weapon Channeling. In terms of mods, all these mods are set up basically to create orbs of power and give us our ability energy back very quick by grabbing those orbs of power or by dealing damage with our other abilities. In your helmet, you're going to want to use Heavy Ammo Finder, Heavy Ammo Scout, and Void Siphon. For the arms, you're going to want Bolstering Detonation, Firepower, and Impact Induction. For chest piece, you're going to want to use 3 different type of damage resists. Always make sure you're using concussive dampener. Now for these two, I recommend solar and void resistance, but if you are in an activity that has some sort of surge or something like that boosts the amount of elemental damage enemies can do to you for a specific element, I recommend changing one of these to that element. For boots, you want Innervation and 2 copies of Absolution since they stack with each other. And finally, for class item, you want Bomber, Outreach, and Distribution. For stat distribution, always have 100 resilience just to get that 30% damage reduction. Then either spec into discipline or strength. If you're like me and can only choose one of them to spec into, I recommend discipline just because our grenades are honestly the biggest part of this entire build. Don't worry about recov because we're always getting health on devour, so we don't need that increased recovery rate. And don't worry at all about intellect because we're creating so many orbs with this build that we're just going to be getting our super back with those, that the intellect stat does not matter at all. Okay, the way this build works is, as you can see, I'm ability spamming everything. If I have a grenade up, throw it into a group of enemies that therefore can create orbs as well as charge up my other abilities, use those abilities to then re-get my grenade back, and it is just a constant loop. While using all my abilities, I am making everything volatile and creating orbs and grabbing those orbs to proc myself Devour as well as give myself volatile rounds. I then use Devour to make sure that every kill I get, I am constantly getting all my health back. And then on top of Devour, anytime I get an ability kill, I get Overshield. And if I'm ever red bar just like this, I can just place my barricade down and get instant full Overshield. The gameplay loop with this is very fun. Just watching everything explode due to volatile is actually pretty satisfying, and being unkillable is also kind of satisfying. So yeah, feel free to try this out. If you have any recommendations on any ways to improve this build or any type of feedback on the build, please let me know down below. And yeah, I'm gonna let the rest of this lost sector play out. You guys have a great rest of your day.